are on week 11 of my 75 soft challenge, which means yes, we've made it to the end of my 75 soft challenge. Not the very end though, because I have to get through the end of this week, but still, I'm pretty much at the end and I am super proud of myself. And when I wrap up this challenge later in the video, I will share some reflections. I told myself I was gonna do it. I have been sticking to it and I have been doing really well. I am working out every day. I'm reading a book every day. Not a whole book, but I'm reading some of a book every day. I'm eating well and I'm drinking water, and I've been staying pretty consistent this whole time, so let's see how this week goes. You might have heard this trickling noise while I was just talking, and that would be the sous vide, which I showed on Valentine's Day when we were cooking steaks. Right now, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm cooking a couple of pieces of salmon in there, and then I will sear them on the stove, and I think we'll have this with a salad. I don't usually get groceries on a random weekday, but today is one of those days. We're actually doing grocery pickup, so this errand isn't going to take much time at all. And then pick up, I don't know, just whatever catches our interest at Trader Joe's. So the grocery pickup is complete. We basically just on the app tell the store that we're here and they bring out an employee to bring our groceries and put the groceries in the car. And I don't want to, record people doing their job like that. So I didn't show that part, but that's basically how the process works. Grocery delivery and grocery pickup always pisses me off at some point because there's always something done that makes me feel like I should have just done this myself. But I opt for the convenience of using a service, and then more often than not, I shouldn't say that. It's not more often than not, but there are several times where I have done this where I just end up getting pissed off. Like today, whoever packed our raw meat was just not very thoughtful with it. We had raw beef, we had raw chicken, and it was just thrown into a grocery bag together. Whereas if I were shopping for it at the store, I would bag chicken in like I don't even know what to call those little plastic bags that they have near the meat section, just to keep it separated from any other groceries that would be in my cart. I would bag it like that. This was not bagged like that. It was just raw chicken, raw beef in the same grocery bag as carrots, as heavy whipping cream. It just made no sense. And so I noticed that the raw chicken had a little bit of a rip in the packaging, which I was concerned about since it was, not carefully wrapped up or anything. So it's just a good thing that I sanitize my groceries anyway. People touch things at the grocery store. You don't know who's touching what. You don't know if somehow raw meat stuff might be touching whatever. So it's just a good thing that we wipe down groceries anyway. But this kind of thing just is annoying. So today is another one of those busy days where work was super busy, everything was tiring, and we just don't want to have to spend much time in the kitchen tonight. So surprise, surprise, we're having pasta because it's super quick to make. You're probably like, dang, this girl has eaten a lot of carbs during this challenge. And you'd be right. I eat my pasta. I'm not scared of carbs. We all have those go-to meals on those days where we can't be bothered with doing too much, but also you know you've got food at home. So you reach in the pantry or the freezer for your trusted meal that gets something in your stomach quickly. For me, that's pasta. Today is one of those days where we actually have a little more energy for dinner, so Seth is making a roast in the Instant Pot. And this kind of process is really easy, which is easy for me to say because I'm not the one cooking today, but you just season your roast, sear it on all sides in the Instant Pot, and add a whole bunch of veggies like carrots, potatoes, and onion, and then add in your beef stock, a bit of Worcestershire sauce, and let it pressure cook. In the meantime, you can make some rice to soak up some of the gravy. And after the roast cooks, you take everything out but the gravy and thicken up the gravy with a cornstarch slurry, and that's pretty much it. You have a very easy and quick to make roast. It is my last day of my 75 soft challenge, and you might think that today would feel a little more celebratory and special, but really it feels like any other day of the challenge where I am doing my habits. I think things will feel a little different and a little more special tomorrow when it's my first official day of not being on the challenge, because then I can, maybe have a glass of wine, I don't know, eat some brownies, like just do something different than what I've been doing for these first 75 days of the year. One thing I might do is drink one of those sodas that I got from Trader Joe's. You saw earlier this week that I picked up the lemon elderberry soda and like a strawberry soda from Trader Joe's. I hadn't seen those before on the shelves, so it caught our eye and we decided to get them. But I am not drinking them just yet because I'm still doing the challenge. So I was thinking, I might treat myself a little bit after this challenge wraps up to a glass of wine or, some brownies or like a little bundt cake or something like that, just to have a treat, y'all. One thing I did mention in last week's video is I really wanted to end this challenge with a similar kind of momentum or energy that I had at the beginning of the challenge. And at the beginning of the challenge, I really wanted to focus more on juicing. And I did get some things from the store this week to help me juice. So I plan to juice today. I have not worked out or did my physical activity just yet. So I think after I do that, I will juice some fruits and veggies like cucumber, apples. I think I have some like celery, carrots. I'll find some things and make some juice. If you're also doing this challenge or wrapping up this challenge, I do think it's a good idea to try to do some things at the beginning of the challenge that really motivated you and got you inspired, doing those same kind of things at the end of the challenge. I don't know, just kind of like a reminder of like why it felt good or excited to get started with this kind of thing in the first place. So that is why I plan to juice this evening.
I just wanna be loved like you. I just want 'em to see me too. Just wanna be the one they choose. Yeah, I just wanna be loved. Ooh, I hate comparison 'cause it makes me feel lesser than striving for perfection, thinking somebody will see me then. No, don't get me wrong, really want everybody to succeed, but can we start with me? Like, why was it her and not me? Why was it her and not me? Wish someone could redesign me, then I'd have the style to find me. Why was it her and not me? Why was it her and not me? Envy is gonna blind me. Why was it her?
Hello there, friends. It is official. I have completed my 75 soft challenge. And I am so happy and I am so proud of myself. And I wanted to take this day, the challenge is officially over, like I've already done all the challenge, but I wanted to just recap what this challenge has been like and share some reflections. So I decided to do this challenge starting January 1st, 2024 as a way to kick off this year with some habit building and motivation to be more consistent with things I set my mind to. And I really feel like I achieved that goal. There were some ways that I had to modify the challenge to help me reach that goal, but once I did, I really felt like that helped me be a lot more consistent. So for example, one of the elements of this challenge is to drink a certain amount of water every day. I think the challenge, the original rules say to drink 2 liters of water a day or something like that. I modified that to 8 glasses of water a day, or 64 ounces. And that's because I really feel like that 2-liter water goal was just really ambitious and not necessary for my body. Challenges are all about being ambitious, of course, but I just really felt like that particular one wasn't necessary and I could modify it to fit my goals. And so once I did, I really found that I was a lot more consistent than I would have been with like 2 liters of water every day. That being said, I did not drink my 8 glasses of water every day. There were a handful of days, probably less than 5 days during this challenge where I did not do that. But still, overall, I was pretty close and I am still proud of myself. Like, I'm not gonna consider myself failing this challenge because I didn't, hit that particular one perfectly every single day, because I still got out of it what I was seeking to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I was drinking a lot more water every single day than I was before I started this challenge. The easiest way for me to meet that water drinking goal was to only drink water throughout this challenge, which I did for the most part. I also did some juicing. So here and there throughout the challenge, I did juice fruits and vegetables, so I drank that too. But really, other than that, I was really only drinking water. Drinking, cocktails, wine, beer, alcohol during this challenge is permitted per the rules, but only for social occasions. But I figured I'm not a big drinker anyway, like I don't really need to be drinking like that, so I cut out alcohol from this challenge. So yes, for the first 75 days of this year, I have had, no cocktail, no wine, no beer, and I feel like I deserve one. So now that I'm done with the challenge, I would very much like to experience some bubble tea, some matcha, a glass of wine, a cocktail, something like that. I feel like that would be kind of nice to celebrate the end of this. Moving on, so another aspect of this challenge is doing physical activity for 45 minutes every single day with 1 day a week for active recovery. And that I did. I moved my body for 45 minutes for the first 75 days of this year. And I have really never done anything like that, so I am super proud of myself. Most of my physical activity consisted of walking. I walked a lot on the treadmill. I walked some outside. If you stuck with me since the beginning of this challenge, you do know that I did bike on January 1st to get me in that exercise mode. So there was like a little bit of cycling at the beginning and then that fell off. But still, I did a lot of walking, which is really nice. And I think that's a habit that I would very much like to keep up with, particularly on the treadmill, because that really gives me some dedicated time to read a book, which another part of this challenge is reading at least 10 pages of a book every single day, and that I also did perfectly. The 75 Soft Challenge stuck out to me for a lot of reasons, and one of them is because it really encourages you to read 10 pages of any book you want every single day. And I had really fallen off my longtime love for reading over the last few years, so it was really nice to have that push to read every single day. So throughout the challenge, I finished 3 books and I'm still reading the 4th book that I started during this challenge. So I finished The Last Days of Jack Sparks, I finished White Smoke, I finished Recursion, and I'm currently rereading The Glass Castle. And I started that book toward the end of the challenge and I haven't finished it yet. The last part of the challenge for me was eating well every single day. And for me, this one was kind of open to interpretation. Like, it's obviously not as strict as the rules for the 75 Hard Challenge. So for me, it was a lot about eating more mindfully than I had been before. I was thinking a lot about how can I incorporate more fruits and veggies throughout my day. I started eating more fruits for my breakfast. So I eat a lot of oatmeal, stirring in strawberries and blueberries, having a banana with my yogurt, like something like that, to where I am eating fruits throughout the day or to start my day. Being mindful about the sides that I have with dinner, trying to, fit in something green, whether it's like green beans or roasted broccoli or a salad or something like that. Even if it's not green, eating more carrots or, just something like that. And when I have those busy days and I just resort back to the go-to meals that I'm most familiar and comfortable with, like just making some pasta really quick. How can I make that more mindfully for dinner? I could salt the pasta water with a lot less salt or no salt at all. So it was things like that that I try to think more mindfully about how to consume my meals. So I really feel like overall, I feel like I was eating well for my standards and my experience with how I usually eat, right? So I feel good about my results there too. I really feel like this challenge benefited me in a lot of other ways too. So for instance, the first 31 days of this year, the whole month of January, which was the very beginning of the challenge for me, I really wanted to focus on the eating well portion in terms of removing all takeout from the household. So every meal is being made at home for the month of January. And that helped us save over $400 because we do budget for takeout and we also budget for date nights. And those are two separate things we budget for, because takeout is like, you know, sitting around eating at home. Date night is more like going out, spending time together. So we didn't do that for the month of January. That saved us over $400 that we could put toward something else. So it was good to see how being disciplined, like having my own little mini challenge as part of the 75 soft challenge, helped me see benefits like saving money. Another benefit is just having an easier time giving myself grace. Like, this is the 75 soft challenge, not the 75 hard challenge. Like 75 hard challenge is like no cheat meals, no, you know, eat super healthy every single meal. 75 soft, like I can have some ice cream. Like I can have a little something sweet every now and then. And it was nice to know that, you know, I can enjoy things like this and not feel like I'm failing at something. Another way the 75 soft challenge benefited me is it really furthered my goal of eating less sugar, eating less processed sugar, eating less added sugar. Because even before I started this challenge, that has been something that's been on my mind and something I've been trying to do. So being on a challenge that really encourages eating well, I really feel like haven't really had that much sweets or like much sugar throughout these last 75 days. Like obviously I've had ice cream, I've had, I don't know, I'm sure I've had like pieces of candy or something here and there, but it has no way been like it was before when I was just addicted to sugar. And it's just helped me build like a lower tolerance to sugar, which is good because that's something that I have been looking to do. Because it used to be when I have a piece of candy or something, it's like, I want more candy, I want another one, I want another one. And now it's like, I have a little something sweet and I'm like, that was nice, that was good, I'm good on that. So I really do appreciate that aspect. And really overall, I think the biggest benefit of all is just saying that I'm going to do something and doing it for me. Saying like, Sid, I'm going to set up these things for you to do, and it's gonna benefit your like mental well-being and physical well-being, and me meeting those habits every single day. I think that's been like the biggest benefit of all, is just setting your mind to do something and actually doing it. And I'm really big on that kind of thing. I'm really big on like taking those moments in life to really prove to myself that I can do what I set my mind out to do. So if that means I have to adjust my schedule, or I have to shop a little differently, or I have to spend a little different, whatever it is, I said I'm gonna do it, so I'm going to do it. And I did it. So I'm very happy about that. And one more thing about this challenge, there is an unspoken part of this challenge for me that I have really stuck to, and I don't know, I've just been really like proud to see through, is taking you guys along on this journey with me. Because every single day I am like, I have got to show how this challenge is going. I am filming every day for 75 days to document this journey. I am editing, I am uploading every single week as part of this journey. And that's kind of been like one of the unspoken things too that I've been doing every day, is like documenting the journey as well. And it's been a bit challenging, but I feel like, you know, I've done well with that too. So if you've been watching these or enjoying these, I really appreciate you sticking around. But yeah, that is it for my 75 soft challenge. It is the final week. I have finished the challenge. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.